Hello and welcome to Web Math Academy. So far in our statistics tutorials we've been focusing on the normal distribution, but there is another distribution usable in probability studies called the binomial distribution. Let's look at a simple problem. Let's say the Green Bay Packers make a touchdown 75% of the time they reach the red zone. Now in a given game, let's say that they reach the red zone 8 times. Let's compute the following. 1. Compute the probability that they get touchdown all 8 times. 2. Compute the probability that they get a touchdown exactly 5 times. And 3. Compute the probability that they get at least 2 or fewer touchdowns in the game. To use the binomial distribution, we have to satisfy 4 requirements. First, the number of attempts or trials is fixed, in this case 8. 2. The 6 trials are independent of each other. What we're saying is that the Packers making a particular touchdown doesn't affect their other chances to make a touchdown. 3. Each trial has an outcome of 2 categories, either they get a touchdown or not. And 4. The probability of success, 75%, remains the same throughout. So here is the binomial probability distribution formula. What are all these letters? Well, n equals the number of trials, which is 8. X equals the number of successes, which is going to be determined by our question. P equals the probability of success, which for us is 75% or 0.75. And Q equals the probability of failure, which is simply 1 minus P, or 1 minus 0.75 equals 0.25. N exclamation part is called an n factorial, is computed such that 3 factorial is 3 times 2 times 1, or 8 factorial is 8 times 7 times 6 times 5 times 4 times 3 times 2 times 1. So to find the answer to number 1, our first question, we just plug in the numbers into this formula using once again n equals 8, x equals 8 because that's the number of touchdowns we're looking for, p equals 0.75, and q equals 0.25. So here in in this first table are the values that we put into our equation and the answers we get. I won't spell this out, you can see it written right here. Once we compute those, we end up with 1 times 0.10011 times 1. That gives us a total of 0.100011, or about a 10% chance that they would make all 8 touchdowns. We do the same thing for the second question. Instead of using 8, we use 5 because we wanted to know what the rate of exactly 5 touchdowns is. We can compute that. We get 56 times 0.23730 times 0.015625, and that gives us the answer of 0.20763, or about a 20% chance that they would score exactly 5 touchdowns. Pretty good, actually. Finally, for question 3, we actually have to add up the probabilities for 0, 1, and 2 touchdowns using the same procedure. And then we add up the results. So for 0 touchdowns, they have a 0.000015 chance of only scoring 0 touchdowns, 0.00366 for 1 touchdown, and a 0.003845 check for getting 2 touchdowns. As you can see, there's very little chance, if you add these up, we get 0.004226, that the Packers will score 2 or fewer touchdowns, as is expected. Now, if you're a connoisseur of Web Math Academy's tutorials, you'll note that, of course, we're going to go back to our TI Nspire CAS calculator and show that we can do all of these calculations much easier automatically using the calculator. To do that, we go to a Calculate page, Scratchpad, and then Menu, and then you can actually do either probability or statistics. Either one will get you to the same spot. We'll use statistics, and then we go to distributions, and then we go to binomial PDF, and then it's going to ask us the answer or the data that we already put in our equations up on the right side here. So number of trials, that's n, that's 8. Probability of success, that's 75%, 0.75, and you have to make sure to put the 0 here, otherwise it won't accept the value. And then for our x value, let's do the first question, which was 8 touchdowns. So we'll put 8 for the x value here. Okay. And we have the answer is 0.10011, which is exactly what we have up here, 0.1010011. It's much easier. Now I just want to show you one more thing, and that is that if you, let's go back to the menu here, and this time let's go to probability, distributions, and again binomial PDF, And if we put our number of trials 8 again, and we put the probabilistic success at 0.75, and this time we don't put anything in the x value, and we hit OK, and now it's going to give us the answers to every touchdown from 0 to 8. So for 0 touchdowns, 0.00015, you can see that's what we have right over here. 0.000366, right over here on the right side. 0.003845, 0.003845 over here, and so on. So it's very easy to use the calculator to come up with these values. And if you have any questions about this procedure, go ahead and visit us at our website and leave us a comment at webmathacademy.com. Thanks.